Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I mean, are you really ready?
Yeah.
The hand of death will knock on your heart's door right now. Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Will your family have to worry about where you went to?
No. Oh, come on, Gary.
You know, you see so much in the obituaries, went to be with the Lord, but you never see them mention where they went to church. You're right. It's amazing. I mean, if everybody went to heaven that died, I don't know why they just, just open up and say they went to the Lord and then start calling names. So,
Devil's awful lonely, ain't he?
yeah, he is. And the guy at work was talking this week. We seen one obituary was 2 pages long. I'm serious. Printed out 2 pages long. Everything in it, how they like this, like that, done this, done that. Never seen anything about going to church or serving the Lord. It's like they want to pull them into heaven once they're gone. Too late, 10 people. Yeah, that's right. Today's lesson is found in 2 Samuel chapter 12. Very familiar passage of Scripture. In the previous chapter, David had committed sin with Bathsheba. Today's chapter pronounces judgment. You may think you're getting by, which people do, but God's going to get you.
Amen.
Surely your sins will find you out. David tried to hide it. Tried to cover it up.
Yeah.
I mean, he even had a person killed just to cover up sin.
Yeah.
That's like one sin to cover up another sin. Is that the way sin goes, though? You think about it. That's the way sin is. Yeah. It'll just, sin's going to take you farther than what you want to go. You're right. David seemed to be at this point, seemed to be pretty well relaxed, thinking he's getting by with what he'd done. Covered it up, the body knew nothing. But 9 months later, they tell on him. So, the closing of chapter 11, God said he was very displeased with what David had done. He was going to bring shame and reproach upon himself, on his kingdom, upon the word of the Lord. I want Brother Richard to get chapter 51 of Psalms, or Psalms 51. You hang on now, I'll let you read it in a little bit, about the first 17 verses of it anyway. And we're going to start reading start on my left. It's when we're going to read this lesson. It's a very good lesson, very, very familiar scripture, but a lot there. I believe we can learn something this morning if we just listen.
And the Lord sent Nathan unto David. He came to him, coming to him. He said unto him, there were 2 men, one sitting, one rich and the other poor.
The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds.
The poor man had nothing, save one good lamb, which he had brought and nourished up. It grew up together with him and with his children. It did eat of his own meat, drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a father.
And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take his own flock and of his own herd. He dressed for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him.
And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man. And he said to Nathan, As the Lord liveth, the man that hath done this thing shall surely die.
And he shall restore the land fourfold, because he did this thing, because he had no pity.
That works to me.
And Nathan said to David, Thou art the man.
And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, The Lord also hath put away thy sin, and shall not die.
Howbeit, because by thee thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die.
And Nathan departed unto his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and was very sick.
Just to finish that up, the child did die. David fasted and prayed, and didn't bathe himself or anything, but after 7 days, this child did die. Just like God said it would. The title of today's lesson is something that we really need today. Commitment to confront. Nathan, think about the position Nathan was in. He was going before the king. Was going to accuse him of a very serious crime, which really was punishable by death. But Nathan, I like it, the cleverness of Nathan to bring it into such a place that David condemned himself.
Yeah.
He hung himself.
Yeah.
Didn't have no way out. See, God used Nathan in a way to trap David, to say, this man shall surely die.
Yeah.
That's when Nathan said, Thou art the man.
Thou art the man.
We'd like to think that David, hopefully within all this time, since this took place, was sorrowful for what he done. But that's why God sends messengers to us, whether through His Word or through somebody else or through a minister or a teacher. When we're doing wrong, He's going to point it out to us. Then it's time for us to make a decision. Now, David had a choice. I think what we didn't realize today in this lesson, that people, we will fail. We're not to intentionally sin, but we will fail. And when we fail, God expects us to confess and pay the consequences. And there is consequences to sin.
Bless you, Lord.
You're right. You may think you're getting by, but there is consequences to sin. Some men's sins go on before them, some men's sins come after them. You better hope and pray yours go before you. If you make things right down here and settle everything up with God, everything will go before you. It says, though God may suffer His people to fall into sin, He will not. Underline that word. He will not suffer them to lie still in it. If you're living in sin, or if you're in sin and you're professing to be a Christian, God's going to deal with your heart. He's just not going to ignore you. You're going to be one miserable person. As David was. I'm sure David was. There's no Psalms that was ever recorded during this period of time when David was in this state of mind, this state of where he was. There was no joy in his life. He wasn't singing praises to God. How can you if you're living in sin? God ain't going to hear you if you pray, unless you're praying for forgiveness. So David was in a miserable position.